Hi, I'm Mark. This is my August review for Gemini Sun sign and Gemini rising. We start the month with Mercury in your second house of finances opposing the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in the 8th house of shared finances. So this is a good time to talk about money, good time to talk about control of money, who has control of the money, and also a good time to put financial planning into place for the future. Venus is in your first house. This is a sign that you may want to spend time alone. It also makes a conjunction with the North Node, which could give you insights as to your way forward. The North Node is our spiritual way forward, the South Node is our past. So if anything comes up from the past at this time, it's time to put that aside. You need to go towards the North Node, the future. It's unfamiliar territory, but it's new and it's exciting. You need to head that way. The Sun is in your third house. This can be a sign of mental instability, and it's a difficult time because we've had lots going on with the pandemic. It's enough to make anyone go a little bit crazy. So there may be things coming up from the past here again, and you need to balance your conscious rational mind with your unconscious mind and feelings and fears. The Sun makes a square to Uranus in the 12th house of the unconscious, so that you could have flashes come up from your unconscious mind, but you need to rational these out and steady the ship, so to speak. With the Sun going through your third house, you've been gathering a lot of information lately. You may have been reading, talking to people, you may have been studying things. All this information has now got to be collated. The Moon moves into the 9th house and the full moon occurs on the 3rd. So this is a good time to bring all this information together in your mind, to look at your beliefs, to see what you believe in and what you don't believe anymore. Discard all those outmoded beliefs, bring all the others together so that you have a good solid belief system moving forward into the future. Mars in your solar chart is in the 11th house, in Aries, its own sign. So this is a well-placed Mars. It's very powerful, there's a lot of energy there. You need to channel it, work it and get things done. It's an action position. Now, Mars in this place is quite freedom loving, doesn't like being told what to do. So you need to temper that a little bit. It can also be quite selfish, but that's not always a bad thing when you need to get things done and you want your own way. Now, Mars makes 3 squares during the month. The first one is to Jupiter in the 8th house of others' resources. So this is a good time to negotiate if you want a pay rise, or if you want better conditions, or if you want to arrange an overdraft or a loan. This is a good time to get things sorted like that. Because on the 7th, Venus moves into your 2nd house of personal finances. Now, with Venus in the 2nd house, this is good for attracting wealth to you or attracting possessions. They come more easily. It's no guarantee that you'll get things, but they do flow more easily, so there's a pretty good chance that things will come to you. Mercury, your ruler, moves into the 3rd house on the 5th, its own house. So this will sharpen your mind, make you more alert, more on the ball. It joins the Sun, and the two together form a positive aspect to Mars in the 11th. Now when the Mars and Sun come together, it's dynamic energy. If you liken the Sun to the king, your powerhouse, Mars is the knight that serves, and he will bring more energy in and help the Sun to do its work. Just a word of warning though, with all that energy, Mars is square Pluto on the 12th, so you need to just be wary, because Mars-Pluto is quite explosive. You could get into power struggles. If you don't concentrate, Mars-Pluto can result in accidents. Mars-Pluto is also a sign of a struggle between a bank or an insurance company or a utility company, some larger enterprise. So just temper the energy, drive yourself forward in the right direction, concentrate, and you will be fine. On the 17th, both Mars and the Sun make positive aspects to the nodes. We talked a little bit about the nodes earlier when Venus contacted the North Node. This time both planets make positive aspects to both ends of the nodes. Now remember, there's a north node, which is that way forward, and a south node, which is where we've come from. It's related to our roots. Now, both nodes are linked with destiny and events. So, be aware, be open, because the nodes are across your 1st and 7th house. This is to do with relationships and people you meet, so just be aware that someone may be in contact with you over this time, and it may be something that's going to lead you forward. Take the north node, it's our spiritual way forward. The south node has nothing new to teach us. If you have anything, any contact from the south node, it's usually a little bit of deja vu, or I've been here before. Don't go there. Take the new route, take the way forward. It may be unfamiliar, maybe a little bit frightening, but it's the way to go. The new moon on the 19th in Leo for you is about having some summer fun. Let your hair down, be that social butterfly. The new moon is also good for putting new ideas, new plans into practice. So all those things you've been thinking about over the last few weeks, it's time maybe to get some of those started. A day later on the 20th, Mercury moves into Virgo, your 4th house. 2 days later, the Sun follows. So the focus, the emphasis will now be on the home. Maybe that you want to move home, maybe that you want to do some DIY and make your home look a lot nicer, a better place for you to be. Your plans may be put on hold for a couple of days because Mars makes a square aspect to Saturn. Now Mars-Saturn energy, when it comes together, is a bit of an impasse. Mars is all ready to push forward, give it all it's got. Saturn is restricting, limiting, wants to cool things down, calm things down. If anyone has this natally, you'll know it's like trying to drive a car with a handbrake on. It doesn't go very far. So, a couple of days there where you may need to just put your plans on hold, think about them, and wait till Mars passes Saturn, and then you can push forward again. On the 24th, Mercury makes a positive aspect with Uranus in your 12th house. Now the two work very well together, they communicate well, so this is a time when you might discover you have a hidden talent. If you do, make sure you put it to good use. Then, on the 27th, Mercury makes a positive aspect to Jupiter in the 8th house. Now Mercury's in the 4th house of the home, Jupiter's in the 8th house of others' resources, so you could find that there's money coming into the home at that time. On the 29th, Venus makes a square to Mars and puts Mars under a little bit of pressure. Mars in your 11th house wants freedom, Venus in the 2nd wants closeness, wants security, financial and emotional. So there's a little bit of a dilemma going on there to get that balanced. Then on the 31st, Venus makes an opposition to Pluto. Here we have intense energy. It's across your money and other people's money. So it could be that there's discussions or arguments about who owns what and who pays for what. Then, on the 31st, Mercury makes an opposition to Neptune. Now Neptune's been in your 10th house, where it puts a shroud around things, it fogs things, so there's uncertainty about your way forward and your career and your work. Mercury in the 4th house of home means there may be a balance in between work and career. And forming that bridge, it may mean that communications open up about where you're going. Thank you for watching, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Bye bye.